In this video, we look at manual what-if analysis and data tables. Scenario Manager will be taken in the next video. One of the most appealing aspects of Excel is its ability to create dynamic models. When you change values in cells in a symmetric manner and observe the effects on specific formula cells, you are performing a type of what-if analysis. What-if analysis is the process of asking such questions as, what if the interest rate on the loan changes to 7.5% rather than 7%? Or what if we raise our product prices by 5%? To perform a what-if analysis, Excel has three basic options: manual what-if analysis, data tables, and scenario manager. A manual what-if analysis is based on the idea that you have one or more input cells that affect one or more key formula cells. You can change the values in the input cell and see what happens in the formula cells. Manual what-if analysis is very common, and people often use this technique without even realizing that they are doing a type of what-if analysis. Now let us look at it in the worksheet. So as you can see here, it has 4 input cells and 4 result cells, and the result cells depend upon the input cells, that is, the formulas use the values in the input cells. So if you change one of the values in the input cells, the result cells change. So as you can see, as you change each cell in the input cells range, your result cells range changes automatically. So when you do it manually, this is known as a manual what-if analysis. Next we look at creating data tables. A data table is a dynamic range that summarizes formula cells for varying input cells. You can create a data table fairly easily, but data tables have some limitations. In particular, a data table can deal with only 1 or 2 input cells at a particular time. A one-input data table displays the results of one or more formulas for various values of a single input cell. You need to set up the table yourself manually. This is not something Excel will do for you. So as you can see, the horizontal row has the formulas or the formula references, and the vertical column has the values of the single input cell. Now here we are making the input cell as interest rate. So we will give interest rates ranging from 5 to 8. The horizontal row will have the result cells formulas. So you can just say equal to and click on the cell. Now this is enough to create a data table, but we are just going to include the name on top of the rows for our reference. So you go to data, what-if analysis, and data table. So here, since our input cell is only in the column, we include it only for the column. As you can see, the results have been automatically calculated. Now let us look at 2-input data table. As the name implies, a 2-input data table lets you vary 2 input cells. You can see the setup for this type below. Although it looks similar to a 1-input table, the 2-input table has one critical difference. It can show the results of only one formula at a time. With a 1-input table, you can place any number of formulas or references to the formulas. So here are the 2 input cells, the total yearly sales as well as the number of years in service. So we set up the table with the column as the total yearly sales bracket and the horizontal row as the number of years in service. Now we will use the formula cell commission per sale and put it in the intersecting point. Now follow the same steps. Select the entire range, go to data, what-if analysis, and data table. Now here, since we have 2 input cells, in the row input cell you will point it to D8 and the column you will point it to D9. As you can see, we have got the corresponding results. We will look at the next type of what-if analysis in the next video.